So a few days ago, I did a video that was titled $26 Dumble Guitar Tones. And what the video was about was reviewing a pedal that I bought off Amazon for, I think it was $26 or $27, $25.98 or $26.98, whatever it was, in that ballpark. And it was claiming to sound like a Dumble amp in a pedal. And it was called the Dumbler by a company called iset, Chinese manufacturer. But I was quite surprised, made a really good quality product. It was very solid, built very well. Well, that kind of got me thinking, and I fell down the Amazon rabbit hole, and I started looking at what else they had. And I decided to give this little guy a try, which is their analog delay. Now, a couple words about this. The funny thing is, this was on Canadian Amazon, and on the American Amazon, the same pedal seems to have the analog delay from them, which is roughly the same price. I mean, in US dollars versus Canadian dollars, has an airplane on it, and I think they named it something different, Flight or something like that. But from the description, it seems like it's the exact same pedal. So I found that with the Dumbler as well. They had a version called Dumble, which was easily found on the US Amazon, but Dumbler was on the Canadian one. So strange stuff going on. I guess they just take the same guts and put them into different compartments, but I can't be certain of that. So that's the big disclaimer here. Don't hold it against me if they are different, but I don't really see them being that different. Anyways, they're very inexpensive. I haven't even tried this out yet. I'm going to hook this up, give it a try along with you. It comes with this nice little manual right here, and some of the descriptions on it are kind of funny, which we'll talk about a little bit later. It gives delay between 20 milliseconds and 620 milliseconds. It's true bypass. And it says pure analog delay circuit, clear, plump, and smooth delay effect. So we will see how this sounds. I'm excited to try it out. I'm going to hook it up from the Dumbler pedal into this and just into an impulse response from my RAV212 impulse response library. It's available on my website and the Line 6 Marketplace. So you guys can give that a look, and the link will be in the description below for that as well. So let's dive in and actually give this a listen, see how it sounds. So just before we get started, I wanted to show you how I am set up. As you can see over here on this camera, I have the iset analog delay being fed from, you probably can't see just over here off screen, is the iset Dumbler pedal that I did a video on a few days ago. And I thought I would just plug my guitar straight into the Dumbler pedal, straight into the delay, into the Helix guitar inputs, and here's the only thing that's on the path is an IR block. And this is from my impulse response package, the RAV212, which is impulse responses I captured from my REV212 speaker cabinet with vintage 30s. Those are available up on the Line 6 Marketplace, and I'll have a link below in the description if you want to grab them from my website if you like what you hear. So that's it. It's a very simple setup. So let's take a listen here. As we mentioned before, we have an echo control right here, and my fingers are going to get in the way a bit. I apologize for that. We have a time control and we have a feedback control. So if we go to the manual and look and see what it says about those, it says the time control is going to adjust the time of the delay effect, and it's 20 milliseconds to 620 milliseconds, comparable to other analog delay pedals. Feedback, it says adjust the degree of feedback. Okay, so that's going to give us how many times these echoes are going to continue to repeat, and if we crank it up, we're hoping that it's just going to kind of regenerate on itself and get some of those cool analog delay effects. And it says echo, adjust the tone of the delay effect. Well, that's kind of interesting because I'm guessing that's going to be somewhat more of a mix control. But let's see if we keep all of these up kind of at noon where we have them, what this sounds like. And actually, I'll play you the tones first without that on. All right, now I'll turn the pedal on, see what the settings all at noon sound like. Okay, so the mix is kind of low. The repeats are a little bit buried. But we do have some headroom to move that up. Let's go and start with the time. Let's go all the way down. Crank the echo up for the... Gives a bit of a almost doubling slapback effect. Okay, we'll bring that echo back down. Now let's go all the way up and see how much delay time we can get out of it. Keep in mind, I'm going through 2 iset pedals here, and that's it into an impulse response, right? This is the iset Dumbler pedal, and I'll have the link below. But all of the links below are just to an Amazon affiliate program I'm signed up for, so they give me a tiny little kickback off of it if anybody chooses to buy it off of there. So that's a pretty cool tone. Okay, so let's leave the delay time up there, and let's see what happens when we crank the echo full, or the mix control. Not bad. Let's turn the Dumbler off, see what kind of... I really have no problem with the way that those echoes sound. Pretty nice stuff. We'll put the Dumbler back on. All right, let's check out that feedback control. What happens if we go all the way down on it? We got one single repeat. And what happens if we go around noon? 6 or 7 solid delay at repeats. And let's see what happens if we can get some cool effects by cranking this up. Yeah, and I'm going to get right into clipping there, but it is going to just kind of regenerate over onto itself. That's really cool. So let's put that back around. Maybe a little less than noon. And let's see what happens when we play with the time effect in real time. So we can get some cool effects by doing that as well. But overall, very simple pedal. Obviously no tap tempo. But I mean, again, this is a $26 pedal that we can grab off Amazon. I had this in basically one day. It came in overnight. It was available on Amazon Canada, and there it was the next day. And I grabbed it and went, wow, this is kind of cool. I really like the fact that I can have these tiny little pedals that are costing me next to no money and taking up no space on a pedal board. And they're just kind of extras. You know, a lot of folks might say, and I had a couple questions saying like, why would I need that Dumbler if I have a Helix? Well, that's true. I mean, maybe you don't, and you know, you wouldn't buy one. Not everybody has a Helix. Some people have pedal boards and they want really, you know, maybe inexpensive options to be able to add some new colors and tones to them. These would be perfect for something like that. Like I said, they're built like tanks. They work really well. There's nothing cheap about them. They seem to be very well made. I mean, I haven't used them for any excessive length of time, nor have I played live with them, but I don't foresee there being problems just by the feel of them. They seem to be quite nicely built. You know, but even using an HX Stomp or a Pod Go, or even a Helix. Maybe you want to save DSP. Maybe you want to add, use your blocks in your Pod Go or your HX Stomp for something other than using the Diana drive and you throw the Dumbler in front of it. So there's all sorts of possibilities to why you might want these, and that's why I was kind of doing these little demos. So this little delay pedal is quite impressive. This is my first kind of reaction to it. I just plugged it in as I did the video, and I thought, with how impressed I was with the Dumbler pedal, I thought I'm probably going to find this quite usable. And if it's the same build quality, which it is, I think this is something that could find a home on maybe a backup pedal board that I might use as a backup to my Helix or HX Stomp or whatever I'm using, So I'm going to hang on to these. They're so inexpensive. They're pretty much well within the reach of most players, and I don't think there's really any downside or negatives to it if it's something that you need or want. So I am going to have the affiliate links below. If you want to use those, I get a few pennies or whatever it amounts to every time somebody buys through those down there. But whatever. I mean, you can also just go look for it. I also found that there seems to be different models between Canada and the US, and it seems like they're the exact same pedals, but they name them slightly different. They give them different graphics. I found that with the Dumbler as well. There was one called Dumble by iset, and it seems to be the exact same pedal. The American version of this seems to have an airplane on it. So anyways, I'll put links to those below. You guys can buy those at your own risk, of course. I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing it's the same pedal, but I don't really think there's too great a risk involved at a $26 pedal that we see are working quite nicely. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that again. These are just fun little videos I did as side points as I fell down this rabbit hole of inexpensive pedals on Amazon. It's kind of fun to explore them and not have to shell out a huge amount of money to get them. So I have my affiliate links below if you want to click those. Also, I have my impulse response, my RAV212 impulse response package available on the Line 6 marketplace and on my website. And those links will be below too if you liked the tones you were hearing. That's what I was using. I was using the impulse response that was captured with this very SM7B that I'm speaking into, which makes a great guitar cab microphone, by the way. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like the video, share it with anybody who you think would get use out of watching it. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out, and I will be back really soon with some more. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Ciao for now.